Welcome to the overview of a biosafety laboratory inspection of a biosafety Level 2 lab at USF. For research or teaching activities conducted at Biosafety Level 2, BSL2, or higher, a laboratory inspection is mandatory to verify that all safety protocols and containment measures are in place. An inspection is required as a part of the Institutional Biosafety Committee, IBC, approval process. These inspections are designed to ensure the safe handling and management of biohazardous materials, minimize the risk of exposure to laboratory personnel and the surrounding environment, and confirm adherence to institutional, federal, and regulatory requirements. Regular inspections also promote a culture of safety, identify potential hazards before they lead to incidents, and support compliance with biosafety standards essential for protecting public health. Laboratory inspections are required in several situations to ensure compliance with biosafety standards. An inspection is part of the approval process when a protocol is submitted for IBC review. It is also necessary when adding a new laboratory space for BSL2 work to an existing IBC protocol. Additionally, inspections are required before establishing accounts with vendors such as the American Type Culture Collection, ATCC, for ordering BSL2 or higher agents, allowing the biosafety officer to confirm that the laboratory meets containment requirements. Researchers may also request inspections proactively to verify that their facilities are appropriate for planned work, even if the activities such as cell culture or handling human specimens do not require IBC oversight. The purpose of a biosafety inspection is to ensure compliance with USF and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, regulations, while confirming that all BSL2 criteria are met. This includes verifying that appropriate practices, procedures, equipment, and facilities are in place to maintain containment standards. Inspections are critical for safeguarding people, protecting the environment, and preserving the integrity of the research product, thereby promoting a safe and compliant research environment. Once the IBC has reviewed your protocol, you will be notified if a biosafety laboratory inspection is required. To schedule the inspection, contact the biosafety office, which will coordinate a convenient time with you. While the principal investigator does not need to be present, someone familiar with the protocol and procedures must be available to assist during the inspection. Please note that the proposed research cannot begin until the inspection is completed and approved. During the inspection, we are not just checking items off the checklist. The inspection includes a comprehensive interactive review of lab practices, not just the lab space. As a part of the inspection, we will ask questions about your protocol to confirm understanding and implementation of biosafety procedures. Conduct a tour of the lab space to observe workflow, equipment placement, and safety practices. Ensure all required biosafety equipment is present and functional. Verify that lab personnel have access to and are using the correct PPE. The inspection is a two-way conversation, and questions and clarifications are encouraged. Remember, we are there as a resource for improving safety and ensuring compliance. Once your inspection is scheduled, all personnel listed on the protocol will receive a Microsoft Outlook calendar invitation confirming the date and time. This invite will include key documents to assist with preparation, such as the inspection checklist, exposure response, exposure flowchart, spill response, and sign-off sheets for the biosafety manual. To prepare, review the inspection checklist, which follows the criteria outlined in the Biosafety in Microbiological and Biomedical Laboratories, BMBL, 6th edition. Common items reviewed include eyewash stations, sinks, spill kits, personal protective equipment, PPE, and current biosafety cabinet certification. If you have any questions regarding preparation, contact the Biosafety office for guidance. During the inspection, the Biosafety Office will provide required signage for posting in your laboratory, including biohazard signs for entry points, spill response and exposure response signage, exposure response flow chart, and toxin signage if applicable. We will also verify that existing signage is current and properly displayed, and supply biohazard stickers for equipment labeling if needed. For additional signage or questions, please contact the Biosafety Office. The inspection checklist is based on the Biosafety in Microbiological and Biomedical Laboratories, BMBL, 6th edition, which, while advisory, serves as a widely recognized standard for biosafety best practices. The checklist covers 6 key areas. 1. Standard microbiological practices. These are foundational techniques used in all labs handling microorganisms or biological materials. Their purpose is to minimize contamination and exposure risks to personnel and the environment. A biological spill kit must be available in every area where biohazardous materials are handled. These areas carry a potential risk for spills or releases, and all personnel must be familiar with the proper response procedures in the event of a biological spill. Please note, while some materials may overlap, a biological spill kit is not the same as a chemical spill kit, which is specifically designed for chemical cleanup. Kits may be purchased from safety supply vendors or assembled by individual laboratories. Most of the required items are typically already present in the lab. The spill kit simply consolidates them in one accessible location to ensure a quick and effective response. Recommended contents include, but are not limited to: concentrated disinfectant, e.g. bleach, paper towels or another suitable absorbent, spray bottle, for preparing 10% bleach solution, biohazard/autoclave bags, sharps container, for contaminated broken glass or needles, PPE, gloves, goggles, lab coat, forceps, tongs or dustpan and broom, autoclavable or disposable, for handling broken glass. Spill kits may be stored alongside chemical spill kits or first aid supplies. Please ensure the kit is clearly labeled and its location is marked with appropriate signage. The USF Biosafety Manual provides institution-wide guidelines for the safe handling of biohazardous materials and recombinant DNA, applying to all faculty, staff, students, volunteers, and visitors at USF and affiliated institutions. It emphasizes personal responsibility in maintaining safe laboratory practices. The principal investigator is responsible for ensuring that all personnel are informed of hazards associated with their work, have read and understood the USF Biosafety Manual and lab-specific standard operating procedures, and agree to follow the biosafety practices outlined in these documents. USF's biosafety program depends on active participation from all individuals to maintain a safe working environment, and the principal investigator must ensure that all work involving biohazardous materials and recombinant DNA complies with USF policies, procedures, and safety standards. All personnel must be familiar with procedures for responding to potential exposures to infectious or biohazardous agents, including recombinant or synthetic nucleic acid molecules, as these materials can pose risks such as disease, adverse health effects, or contamination. To assist in response efforts, the exposure response flow chart provides clear, color-coded steps for Moffitt staff, USF employees and volunteers, and USF students. For quick access, the chart includes a QR code that links directly to the USF Online Injury, Illness and Exposure Reporting tool. Work involving biological toxins must comply with the guidance in Appendix I of the CDC's Biosafety in Microbiological and Biomedical Laboratories. Laboratories using toxins are required to develop a chemical hygiene plan that addresses containment measures, appropriate PPE, spill management, and exposure response protocols. A current inventory must be maintained, with toxins stored securely under lock and key, and the toxin inventory form kept up to date. When toxins are in use, the lab must display signage stating, "Toxins in use, authorized personnel only," which will be provided during inspection. The inspection report serves as the official record of the biosafety inspection and includes documented deficiencies, items for the principal investigator to address that do not rise to the level of a deficiency, and a summary of relevant discussions during the inspection. Afterward, the findings are reviewed by the inspector and the biosafety manager or officer, which may include clarifications, recommendations, and additional guidance. Once finalized, the signed report is distributed to the principal investigator within 3 to 5 business days. A deficiency is a deviation from recommended biosafety practices that may compromise personnel safety, research integrity, or environmental protection. Common examples include uncertified biological safety cabinets, absence of a spill kit in the lab, or lack of appropriate personal protective equipment. All deficiencies must be corrected to complete the inspection process. The inspection report will reference the relevant BMBL recommendation and provide a clear description of the corrective action required. If no deficiencies are identified during the inspection, the process is considered complete, and the inspection hold will be removed from the IBC protocol. If deficiencies are found, they must be corrected or reconciled before the inspection can be finalized. Deficiencies addressed during the inspection will be noted in the report's comments section. Once all deficiencies are resolved, the principal investigator or designated lab personnel must notify the Biosafety Office. After confirmation, the inspection will be marked complete, and the inspection hold will be lifted from the IBC protocol. Serious deficiencies are those that pose an immediate threat to human health, compromise the security of biological agents or toxins, or indicate a need for systemic improvements. In such cases, an immediate action report must be issued within 7 business days to the principal investigator and IBC chair, requiring corrective actions which may include ceasing work or addressing departures within a shortened time frame. Other non-critical departures will be documented in the routine inspection report, which is sent to the principal investigator within 7 business days. Moderate deficiencies are issues that could pose a potential threat to human, plant, or animal health, compromise animal or plant products, or affect the security of biological agents and toxins. If left uncorrected, these deficiencies may increase the risk of more serious departures. All moderate deficiencies will be documented in a routine inspection report, which is sent to the principal investigator within 7 business days of the inspection. Low deficiencies are issues that are unlikely to pose an immediate threat to human health or the security of biological agents and toxins but are inconsistent with safe and secure standards of practice. If left uncorrected, these departures can erode the culture of safety and security, and repeated occurrences may be considered more serious and lead to enforcement actions. All low-level deficiencies will be documented in a routine inspection report sent to the principal investigator within 7 business days of the inspection. Our contact information is available here and can also be found on the USF Biosafety website.